Program Manager at the Roxbury Innovation Center. The Roxbury Innovation Center is a civic experiment that will support local economic development by encouraging innovation and entrepreneurship. The Venture Cafe Foundation runs the Roxbury Innovation Center as a mission-driven, not-for-profit gathering and event space, and it's right in Dudley Square. The space is positioned as a platform, a local space that will be available for many groups to provide programs that support innovators, entrepreneurs, and business founders, in addition to working with many programming partners like their flagship programming partner Skylab with their Educate, Activate, Incubate bootcamp approach. Venture Cafe also produces programming to activate the space and connect the innovation economy. Many other groups have already expressed a lot of interest in using the space, and you too can find out more about it. We'll put the website up for you, but it's roxburyinnovationcenter.org. Alessandra is originally from Boston, and she has always been interested in the entrepreneurial spirit of the city. She previously worked for the Boston Public Schools. How fitting that you should be in the Bruce Bowling Building with the Boston Public School School Committee, and is passionate about creating opportunities for entrepreneurs to learn and grow. She's also working on her own entrepreneurial endeavor, a production company that she's starting, and she holds a master's degree from California Institute of the Arts and a bachelor's degree from Boston College. Welcome back to the Bean, Miss Alessandra.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you for having me here as well.
Absolutely. So take us on your journey. You left Boston. You went to high school in Boston?
I went to Catholic school in Newton.
Newton, okay.
So pretty much grew up in Boston, right on Columbus South.
Okay,
My
South End.
grandparents still live in Roxbury. Pretty much there anytime I could possibly be at my grandmother's house was pretty much the best time of my life for me, because my grandmother and I are very close.
Yes, and I saw a beautiful image of her on Facebook.
Yes. Her birthday was in December. I was 88 years
Oh, what a great number. Double eights. All right, happy birthday to you, Nana, from Alley Radio. Happy belated. And so going to school in the Boston area, and then you went to Boston College, so you didn't leave town to go to college, but you did leave town to go to graduate school.
Yes, pretty much junior year of college, I started to get a little restless. There were experiences that I wanted to have in being in the arts and having an art background, so shout out to the Rob Sham Theater at Boston College.
Okay.
It was important for me to be able to experience other areas of art. My mother has always been a big supporter of my art background, and so, you know, taking me to New York and going to see Broadway shows, seeing shows locally, has always been very important in my family, and so getting accepted to California Institute of the Arts was
a big deal.
Like the next step. Yeah.
Yes.
Being able to experience Los Angeles, I had some really good internships while I was out there in LA, but the culture there, I think, was a little bit different for me.
Called plastic. You can use the word plastic anytime.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that assessment. And my family's really close, so not being close to my family, driving distance. My closest cousin was 3 hours away, and he actually ended up moving back shortly after I did, anyways. So
he moved back to Boston.
Yes.
Okay.
So not enjoying the culture as much as I thought, but I still do count it as a very educational experience for me. And then not being close to my family, Boston has always been in my heart, so it was just a normal transition back into the city.
And your master's degree is in what?
Production and management for film and theater.
Okay, so definitely in the media arts. That's a place for it though, LA, but the East Coast is too.
Right.
And so when you got back to town, would you look around? So what's next?
I did. Being in LA, I found that a lot of the projects that I had and continue to have in my mind were things that I wanted to do myself. I did not want so much to take the route where major film companies would be doing my work for me. I really wanted to be able to explore and see how I could develop my art, write my own screenplays, and just be the producer that my master's teachers, my graduate school education helped me to become.
Okay. And what's your goal with the production company? This is in your mind. Why didn't you go work for a television station or an independent film company or?
Well, I had a very important internship while I was out in LA with Morgan's Mark. They're a small production company, and they had just released their own feature film, which was semi-autobiographical for one of their members, and it inspired me to really understand who I am and to continue to explore, my own identity and how I wanted to leave my stamp on the world. And a lot of what I want to do, I've continued to develop, especially with experiences, conversations with my grandmother, who is originally from Honduras.
Hondureña. ¿Se puede hablar español?
No.
No.
Much
But
to the
grandma can,
chagrin of
right?
my mother.
Okay.
But
okay, Mom, if you're
we're
listening,
working on it.
If you're listening, Mom, I'm going to conduct the rest of the interview in Spanish.
That would make her day.
That's okay. All you need is a little immersion. Go to Honduras and you'll
that's
get
definitely
it.
on my 2016 goal.
Okay.
That's something that
Well, ideally, you go in the winter months. Here, the New England winter months, you spend in Honduras,
and then come back.
and then come back in the summer. Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I'm happy to hear that. I call myself a Black Chicana, a Black Mexican. So I embrace my heritage with indigenous roots. And so that's good. And so you came back to Boston. You got your master's degree from Cal Arts, and that's a big deal. And you looked around. You worked a little bit with a small production company.
Yeah.
And then what?
So through working with them, I began to kind of feel restless again. When people ask about being community oriented, I always say community is in my blood. My grandmother worked for DSS back in the day. My mom's an educator. I have an uncle on the police force. I have relatives who have gone into military service. I think we've always, as a family, been very community oriented, and so I was starting to try and figure out a way in which my art and my community could kind of become one outside of myself, which brought me back to Boston Public Schools. So I worked with BPS for about 10 years, off and on throughout my education and afterwards when I moved back, and then in various aspects, and being able to work with students and their parents in every capacity pretty much BPS offers was very beneficial for me, and really fed an aspect of my soul that I think that a lot of people have always wondered, what to do when it comes to community, and being part of BPS fulfilled that for me. So, and then my third restless stage hit when I started to think about, really, now that I know what I want to do as a producer, I know that I still want to be community oriented, and I know that there's another aspect to my own entrepreneurship that I want to bring to the community. How do I get all those things together? And that kind of led me to the Venture Cafe Foundation.
How did you hear about it?
I had a friend who invited me to a Venture Cafe Thursday in Cambridge, and so I went to a couple of those, and then I continued to read up on the organization. I saw a press release from, I think, the city of Boston that was announcing the Roxbury Innovation Center. I went to one of the community meetings, and I met the executive director and general manager, and the rest is history. 4 months later, this is where I am, and I'm very excited about it.
Well, I've actually had the benefit of using some of your services there. You have SCORE come in and conduct the organization's retired businessmen come in and advise people on their startup businesses or their entrepreneurial ventures. You say more about who else comes in there and what they do and what happens.
So we have a very rigorous office hours mentors program. We offer free mentorship, normally hour to half hour sessions. SCORE is one of our mentors that come pretty much twice a month pretty regularly, and they're free to sign up for an hour with them. We will have SBA come in the future, Mass Small Business, and then MSBDC. We have a business lawyer who's
wait, you're throwing these acronyms around. Who are these people?
A lot of them are organizations that have always dedicated themselves to entrepreneurship in some capacity, helping businesses and entrepreneurs start pretty much from an idea and continue to grow it. We have mentors who offer, financial guidance, marketing suggestions, business law, pretty much a wide range.
That's great.
Of questions that you would have as an entrepreneur or small business owner. We try to provide the resources to help you get them answered.
That's excellent. And how much does all this? We can't really talk about money, but these services are available to people.
Yes.
In a capacity that is free.
Yes, they are. Our office hours are usually always free of charge. I have never encountered an experience where the Venture Cafe has charged for that. Again, I've been with them for 4 months and probably known about them for a year and a half. So
okay,
I'm very confident in saying
that's excellent. And so, have you gotten feedback from the people that come in and use your services? Have they said
yes? We've gotten a lot of positive feedback. A lot of when can I sign up for this again? Who else is coming? How often can I sign up? And pretty much anytime you see office hours listed on our website, sign up. I suggest, if you can make a day of it or several hours of it, if we can offer it, then sign up as many times as you would like.
Excellent. And it takes that sometimes to get a business going. You've got to come back again and again to get a little more advice or a little more information, or go to network with somebody to fix a particular challenge.
Starting a business and being an entrepreneur is very similar to theater. In live theater, you always have to stay on your feet, because as much as you read about it, as much as you practice it, something may always pop up. And being able to find a way to get those questions answered, or to say, well, I heard this, is it really true? If I pay somebody like this, is that okay? Somebody told me it might not be. Those are important questions to ask, and a lot of people, I think, are wondering who they can ask, and they can sign up to ask one of our mentors.
So do you have any activities that are coming up in the near future?
Yes, we do. We have lots of them, and I'm always very excited to talk about them.
Okay.
Our cafe nights. So Venture Cafe runs a weekly night in Cambridge. The Roxbury Innovation Center will run a monthly cafe night at RIC. The next one is February 2nd, and we will officially be opening our Fab Lab.
Okay, so say more about the Fab Lab. Yep. What's that all about?
It's a maker space. By definition, it's a place where you can make almost anything. Anyone can make almost anything.
And is it open to adults only, adults and young people, children?
Right now we're working on a more structured curriculum for it. Some of our machines, you do have to have a previous knowledge, and so we're working how we can provide that knowledge to the community as a whole. It will include curriculum on 3 tracks. So being in the bowling building with BPS is great, because we'll offer educators, administrators track on maker technology, adult entrepreneurs, inventors track, and then a student youth entrepreneurs track as well, because that's very important to us.
Excellent. And it's happening right here in Roxbury, Massachusetts. Northeastern's campus sits in Roxbury, Massachusetts, quiet as it's kept. The Museum of Fine Arts sits in Roxbury, Massachusetts, quiet as that's kept. And so does Mass College of Art and Design and Wentworth Institute. All of that is in beautiful Roxbury, Massachusetts. And so what does someone need to do to get involved? How do I get involved with the Roxbury Innovation Center? Do I call you up? Do I go visit? Do I send an email?
You can call. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of drop-ins, so I have a very rigorous tour schedule with the drop-ins. And
yes, I benefited from one of those drop-in moments. I saw somebody I knew and that was getting a tour, and I said, "Oh, let me go say hi." And then you were just so gracious. I mean, it was wonderful.
yeah, any questions that I can provide if you drop in, that's great. If you want to really know about us and what we can offer and check out our calendar and our website is the best way to do that, as well as follow us on Twitter. At Roxbury,
At Roxbury, ROXBURY, for those of you listening outside of the radius of this fabulous place. And that is INNO for innovation, Inno, Roxbury Inno, at Roxbury Inno.
To reach out to us and to contact us, I would suggest going through the contact us portion of our website, especially because there might be a question that we have already answered on our website, and I can give you a more detailed answer once you contact us.
Okay, very good. And I think that if you could say a few more words about the vision for the Roxbury Innovation Center, where do you see that going? Will more people be hired? Will every third person you meet on the streets of Roxbury be an entrepreneur? I mean, what's the goal?
I think Roxbury already has a very vibrant entrepreneurial spirit. There are a lot of small businesses, tech, food, clothing, as Peter was talking about, that are already established in Roxbury, and what we're here to do is we're here to help you continue to grow in whatever capacity you want to grow in. Mm-hmm. If there's ever a resource that you're wondering about bringing to Roxbury, let us know. If we can do it, we definitely will reach out, and we will. Right now we're working on a pretty rigorous coding program. We have Girl Develop It coming in at the end of February, doing coding for women 18 plus. So check our website next week for that information and how to sign up. And we're working on student coding classes, as well as our Learn Lab workshops, which are a partnership program that we have with Microsoft. And so last year we launched 4 pilot workshops. One was the fundamentals of Excel, small business breakfast for Windows 10 for small businesses, and then website design, as well as build your first mobile app. And those were really well received, and so now in 2016 we're looking to launch them again. And BPS, being in the same building with us, has helped a lot. Several of the schools have reached out to us as well with programming ideas.
Excellent.
So 2016 is going to be very, very big for
so
RIC.
Maybe BPS will get a little education, huh? That's great. This is very exciting to me that someone such as yourself, especially with a media and theater background and entrepreneurial spirit, is the face of Roxbury Innovation Center. It was very encouraging to see you there, and you were very helpful, very gracious, and very, very useful for me in my endeavor. So I want to encourage people not to be shy. Don't be scared.
Yes, definitely don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Alessandra, don't bite. At least not at Roxbury Innovation Center. And she can help you. And she has a lot of information, a lot of good connections. And again, if you want to reach out and find out more information, you can go to their website, which is Roxbury Innovation, that's 2 N's in Innovation Center, that's CENTER.org, Roxbury Innovation Center, or you can follow them on Twitter, which is at Roxbury, ROXBURYINNO. And thank you so much, Alessandra, for coming in today and wading through the floods of I don't know what and the rivers to get here today. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Okay.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And I look forward to talking to you again as more events come up.
Definitely.
Just to keep people on track.
I will keep you posted, especially because as a female entrepreneur, we'll be having a cafe night that's dedicated to female founders. So I hope to see you there as well.
Fabulous. Well, I call myself the mofo, the mother founder of Artist Life itself. So, if people call me mofo, it's okay. Thank you, Alessandra.
No problem.
Okay. So I was right about the Spanish pronunciation. I didn't know that. See, I was feeling it. Oh, yeah. So we're winding down here with Artist Life Itself Radio, Alley Radio.